Hello friends! Mark is out of town for the next 5 days. He has gone on a camping trip with the boys for church, and it's his birthday while he's gone, and I have decided that I am secretly going to try and tackle this mess over here. Do you think I can do it? 5 days? Can we whip this garage into shape? This is just a small piece of it. The entire garage needs a little bit of reorganizing. Everything has a home over here. It just hasn't been put back properly. I'm not sure I can make it happen, but I'm gonna give it a really good effort. My goal right now is to overhaul this workbench area of our garage. You may not know this, but I have a huge passion for organizing and decorating. I have not tapped into that as much in the last few years, especially since starting this YouTube channel, but I use the tools just as much as Mark does. So this project is for him, but it's also for me because when I do have the hankering to do a project, it's really nice to be able to find what you need and have the space to do the work that you need. So that is my goal doing this project, be able to find the tools that we need when we need them and have a space to do the work. I think it's gonna be amazing, and I just hope that I can pull it off in the next 5 days. Let's start our project by doing a little bit of shopping on this rainy day. Our first stop is Lowe's just to see what they have. This will probably not be our only trip to Lowe's during this project, but it is our first.
It's a lot of compartments.
Wow, that's a pretty good price.
This one's cheaper. Massive. This one's cheaper.
Those look too small to me. I think I want something.
Oh, here. It was 800.
This looks like the one at Costco, but I kind of like the look of the one at Costco better. After we saw what they had available at Lowe's, we headed to Costco because they had these two different toolboxes. One's a workbench style, one's just a tall toolbox. We checked them out and we decided on the tall toolbox and grabbed that. We had some workers help us get that and load it into my dad's truck and take it home for us. When we got back to the house, my brother was with my dad, so they were able to help unload this. It was very, very heavy, so we decided that we needed to get some ramps that we use for our snow machines, and we attached that to the truck, and then we were able to get these two pieces out of the truck. And then I didn't expect them to stay around and help me, but they were so helpful in getting the toolbox out of the box. And then they helped me get the wheels and the handles put on, and we got it all put together really, really fast. I was very grateful for their help. It went so much smoother than I could have ever imagined because I had my dad and my brother there to help me. A very unexpected surprise. Then it was time to put the drawer liners into all of the drawers and do something about this messy workbench by bringing in the workbench that I've been using in my freeze dryer room. Last up for this stage of the project was to move this light over so that it would hang over the workbench table. This light was already in here. We're just moving it so that it lines up very nicely with the table now. And I'm so grateful for my dad and brother's help. All right, friends, this is already a huge improvement. Now I just have to sort all of the tools that we do have into piles to see how I want to organize them in here. I think this is gonna be really nice because these are super deep. We're gonna be able to fit a lot of things in here. This is not what I had imagined when I went to Costco this morning. I thought I was gonna have a long one and then I was gonna put this table next to it. But because of what was available, Lots of mosquitoes in here. I ended up with this huge chest, and I think it's gonna work really well. And we've got a nice work table over here. I stole this from my freeze drying room because I have a vision for another table in my freeze drying room. I was not able to find it today. I'm using a folding table in there until I find what I want, a table with a shelf, but I think it's gonna be a really nice workbench. That's what it actually is. And then we can fit our Costco vacuum underneath, which never had a home before. I'm really excited about the progress. Now, you know, I just got piles of trash in here. We're gonna sort some tools. This made a huge impact, but there's a lot of work left to do. I gotta sort through all of this mess, give it all a home, and hopefully once everything has a home, our workbench won't ever look like this again, because you can't use it when it looks like this. Okay, friends, it is now Wednesday. We have Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. They come home Saturday. I'm not sure what time Saturday, so we have about 3.5 days. This looks beautiful, but the real work still is yet to come. I still got kids here. You know, I gotta feed them. We got a lot of stuff going on other than this project. So my goal for today is to get this workbench completely cleared off. I'm gonna start by sorting tools into piles of similar things before I start putting them into the new toolbox. Let's do it. The overwhelming thing about projects like this is it always gets worse before it gets better, and that can be really overwhelming. I feel like we're just kind of moving the mess from one area to another, but there is a method to my madness. I am putting things in piles so that they can be put away together with like things. I found lots of treasures in here. I also have a pile of things that I don't know what they are, and I plan on asking my dad so that I can put them away in the right place. So lots of sorting, lots of stopping to help kids, but it felt good to be tackling the workbench. Okay, I've got this toolbox completely cleaned out. It's all on the floor here, but it's nice and in piles so I can know what to do with it. Now I gotta do the second small one. Here you'll see my dad came through the garage, so I stopped to ask him what a bunch of different things were. He was very helpful in helping me know what was trash and what I should keep. And then I just kept at it. All right, I feel like I've made a ton of progress on this workbench stuff. Everything's kind of laid out in piles. I am going to direct my attention back over on this side right now. This has been really organized in the past, but just throughout our busy summer, it has gotten not organized. I want to see if there's things that are over here that need to be in the workbench, and then things that maybe have been in the workbench that need to go over here. I feel like it all is going together. We do have other sheds. We try and just keep things in here that we need to grab quickly. And then if it's something that we only use like once a year or at a specific time in the year, we store that out in the shed. One of the sheds or outbuildings, but right now I'm just gonna focus on getting this cleaned up. Okay. Much better. I realized Mark took 3 of those bins with him to camp, so we'll have them for later, but that is much cleaner. I just need to relabel some of the boxes. All right, that's all I got in me now.
It's a lot.
Whew.
Lots of bug bites.
So many mosquitoes. All right, friends, it's been a couple hours. Spent some time with the boys. They were getting a little crazy without my attention. So this feels a little daunting, putting all of this away into the new toolbox. I want to do a good job. I want to assess what we might need to go buy. Mark has really not bought any tools our entire marriage. I've bought some when I've needed them, but we're missing some basic pieces every time we go to do a job. So I'm assessing that as I have it all laid out here, and we'll probably buy a few things to fill in the gaps. Happy birthday, Mark! We're looking good. Not a ton left here on the floor. A lot of trash. A little bit more organizing, and it's feeling good. I still have like several empty drawers and a couple that are just like a little bit used, so this feels really good. Really, really good. I forgot about up here too, in this drawer. So we got so much room. This is great. Okay, so there is one drawer in this that I completely avoided. This is our drawer just full of every extra bit and bauble you can imagine. I think I'm gonna do a major organizing of these, but this just seems really daunting. I'm gonna do my best to get this into something that's actually usable. There's just so many extra pieces. All right, wish me luck. There are so many screws in this drawer. I went and found this in my storage room. Whenever I am done using some sort of bin, I stick it in my storage room. If this works well, I may actually grab a couple more from Target at some point to store different nails, screws, things like that. But for now, I'm just gonna get all these ones that are floating around in this drawer. There are tons. And we're gonna get them put in the drawer over there. All right, let's go. This really was the most time-consuming part of the entire project because I wanted it done right. I didn't want to just stick everything back in one bin and leave it a mess. So I really sorted out everything that didn't belong in here, put all the washers in one, put all the screws in one, put nails in a different one, made sure that everything had a home, but it took a very long time. I had on an audiobook and I just put my head down and got it done. All right, friends, I got a lot of the screws and things sorted out. Got this bin full of just random screws. Any that still had their package are in here. In all honesty, I'm kind of worn out from this project at this point. I just got a lot of little stuff that I'm not sure where to put. And I do still have space for it, but it's just, I think I may just have to come and look at it with fresh eyes tomorrow. I'm gonna do a little bit of cleaning. I think I'm done for today because I'm just doing this project in the margins while still being mom and all that stuff. So I'm happy with the progress I made today. I think I'm gonna be able to get it done, but I think I'm done for today, except for a little cleaning. We're gonna do a little cleaning. Okay, while I was on the phone with Mark hearing about his camping trip, I just kept kind of cleaning and picking up. It kind of was the motivation I needed to keep going. It's looking really, really good. Now I'm done for the night, but I got so much done. I'm at the point where I can list this workbench and the other toolbox on Facebook Marketplace and, keep this project rolling. See you guys tomorrow. Good morning, friends. I've been putzing around here in the garage, just finding homes for the last couple things. I put all of the sprays like WD-40 and resin kits, things that are probably not good to have down low with kids, way up high on a shelf, up there on a shelf with another bin full of all those kind of things. Those were all on the workbench before, but I think it was just because they had gotten left out. It's really safer to have them up, so they are up high now. for Mark to get down when he needs them. And it's just a little bit of cleaning, sweeping, organizing. Hopefully we will sell the workbench and the toolbox. Honestly, we could probably find another use for this toolbox out in the shed. So if it doesn't sell in a day or two, I will just put it out in the shed because I'm sure we'll come up with another use for it that I'm just not gonna think about right now. So let's get this place spruced up a little bit more. It is another rainy, overcast day, probably about 55 degrees. We just are not getting our normal summer weather. I'm hoping we get a late summer, fingers crossed, but good day to be doing a project inside because it's just not that nice out. It's been like this whole week. Now I've decided we can't neglect this side. It just needs some tidying. So we're gonna tackle this before we call it done and I give you the full tour. So these shelves that I'm working on are our extended pantry. This is where we put things from Costco that we want to use pretty quickly. We've got a few cleaning supplies here. We keep some of our boots out here, but mostly it's just keeping food on hand that we know that we go through quite a bit. You know, peanut butter, pasta sauce, things like that, so that when we run out upstairs, we can come and grab it from our pantry. My sister-in-law and brother also stopped by at this time, so I'm chatting with them while I'm getting it cleaned up. Dad also stopped by to check on the progress and grab a few things out of here while I was cleaning. The real good thing about doing a project like this is I just know what we have too. So the next time I go to Costco, I know what I might need to restock up on and what we have a lot of. So I also end up getting rid of a lot of empty boxes that get left in here. So it's just good to do this every couple months anyways, and it'll feel nice to have the entire garage clean at one time. Okay, we've come full circle here. Mark comes home tomorrow. The garage is organized. There's a few tools that once I went through them, I realized we could use an upgrade in. So my dad's here. He's gonna help me get some tools for Mark. Well, for both of us, for our family, because I use tools a lot as well. And we're gonna finish off this project. Okay, where's Ev?
Got 5 chopsticks.
Ev? Oh, yes, I do. As a thank you to my dad for helping me out on this project, I took him out to lunch and took the boys along. We went and had some sushi, and they love sushi. So we had a really nice lunch together before we came shopping. Now we're just gonna grab a couple of tools. You know, bringing kids into this store, there's just so many things to look at. They were having a ball looking at all the different things, and Grandpa and I were trying to narrow it down to what we needed to grab. We didn't need too many things. Mark's welcome to fill in the gaps when he gets home, but we just wanted a few new tools. Yep. All right, we got our tools. All right, friends, this is what we ended up buying at Lowe's. We got a new measuring tape, some folding hex key sets, because sometimes, you know, we've got this whole set of Allen wrenches. Pretty much everything comes with an Allen wrench these days, but sometimes it's nice just to know you've got like the right size. So we got this 3-pack. One thing we were sorely missing was drill bits and then screwdriver heads, so we just got this whole Craftsman set. So we're gonna stick that in, and then if we need this, like, we can carry this around if we can keep it all together and nice. And then we got some new screwdrivers. I was opening up all the tools so that I could get them put away. I did need to do a little bit of arranging to make sure these new things fit in nicely, but it really just felt like the icing on the cake of this project. So currently I have a little jar of drill tips and bits. I can rarely find what I actually want, but I'm gonna keep these in there. Same with our drill bits. Over the years, they've just disappeared. We've got a couple random ones here. I'm gonna keep it, but this set does make me very excited. New drills, new bits. It's just great. Hopefully we can keep it organized. Mark comes home today. I will not be here when he comes home. I'm going to send him a text when I know he's close and say, hey, there's a camera in the garage. Please turn it on before you look at your birthday gift. So maybe we can get his and the boys' reaction to my project. But we're pretty close to being done here. I'll give you the tour. The toolbox and workbench did eventually sell, but for now I'm just kind of cleaning up, putting the toolbox out in the shed and moving the workbench out of the way, and then just doing some final touch-ups here in the garage. And it's a good where we started, because a good before and after is always really satisfying. Okay, let's do a quick tour. The top is empty, except for a few manuals I stuffed in there. I love that there's empty space so that Mark can add things that he thinks should be in here. And as we get things that we, we'll always find things in the future that need a new home. This drawer is kind of things that I don't want the kids to be accessing easily. So box cutter, super glues and things like this. And then this is like a toolkit for Mark when he's doing taxidermy, and some, mouse traps, because we do need those occasionally here in the garage. Then I've got these socket wrenches. They still need to be organized, but I'm not sure I have that in me right now. And the Allen wrenches, hex keys back there. This is my gardening drawer, so I have some shears and some other gloves and things. Just a few things in there. This is the nail and screw drawer. Probably could use a little bit more organizing, but for now, it is so much better. Anything in boxes, these are all the spare screws. And then I did organize everything in these jars by type, so that's good. There is one piece that I want to ask Mark what this is before I know where to put it, so I'm leaving it there on top. And we've got our big drawers. Hammers, pliers, wrenches, and all the different screwdrivers. It'd just be so nice to be able to find things. I do want to label everything, but I want Mark's input before we do that. And I figured this is another drawer. These two drawers will probably be the most common ones we use. So I've got some levels and stud finder, and then our drill, which is one of the most common things we use, and the extra batteries. And we've got some saws and then some electrical stuff for cars and a few random things in here. And then this is also just random things that we'll continue to add to when we find things that need a home. So some files, some things for building, and some wire cutter things, strippers, those kind of things. And then in the bottom, we've got some different tools. We've got our Dremel tool, our Sawzall, the Kreg jig, another plug-in drill, and all our clamps. Once I see it all laid out like that so nicely, it just makes me really happy because we're gonna be able to find everything. I can't believe all that was like shoved onto the table. Actually, I can believe it was a complete disaster, and now we can find it. I do, like I said, want to label everything, but I want to make sure Mark agrees with how I want to make sure that Mark agrees with where I place things, and then I'm going to put labels to help the kids know where to put things back, and Mark and I as well. It's just helpful to have labels, and then you don't have to open all the drawers But we're gonna get to that later, not in this video because, you know, it's summer and life is completely crazy, but I'm really happy with how this project came together. I am gonna call Hunter and see if he will turn the camera on and get Mark's reaction to this. So let's see how he likes it. Now I just wish I had like a big red bow to put on it like you see in the like movies. I'm gonna go see what I can find. I'm not gonna go buy one, but I want something to be like, here, it's nice and it's a present. I'm gonna go look and see what I can find. My solution was to get a big piece of paper, write happy birthday Mark on it, get Weston and Everett to help me decorate it, and then we wrote out 41 things that we loved about Mark. It was so cute to hear Weston and Everett's suggestions. We had a really fun time. Of course, Luna got in on it too. You will see Everett eventually comes and joins us, but we had a fun time decorating this picture for Mark, and I think it's the perfect touch. We will hang it in the garage for him to feel loved on his birthday. I did end up finding a small little like Christmas bow, a green one that I'm putting here on the toolbox, and then I'm hanging up the poster. I had somewhere that I needed to be, so that's why I thought that I wasn't going to be here when Mark got home. But turns out they were getting home a little bit earlier than I thought, and I just stayed home a few extra minutes because I needed to see the reaction of this project. I wanted to be here after all this hard work. I didn't want it to just be on video, and since it was just a few minutes, I made that happen.
Clean the garage? Oh wait, oh my goodness.
Happy birthday!
Awesome. Thank you guys.
Oh, wow.
Wow, and it's all clean and neat. Does it have a lock? Can we lock it?
Top and bottom lock with 4 keys.
Oh, we just need some better tools to go with it.
It's in here.
We'll keep looking.
Oh yes. Oh good. Hey, thanks Weston. Thanks for helping
Can we
with
open
this.
them? Yeah, you can open
Careful,
them.
careful. Oh wow. Awesome. Hey Everett. Hi. Cool. Hi. Oh my goodness, it looks so good. Oh, how you doing, buddy? Good.
There's nothing on the bottom.
Oh, there it is.
Wow. What's this? What's in there? Cool. Thanks, hon. You're welcome. This will be helpful. Did you move the light at all, or did?
Yep, it's right over this table.
Yeah. Cool.
You're welcome.
Heard anything?
Very little.
You're
Just
with the
organized
box.
everything. I got through all that and found some really good stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Wow, you smell nice.
I just got out of the shower.
Stink.
Well, friends, after Mark saw what I did, he was a bit overwhelmed. At first, he just thought it was the sign, and then he was like, oh, he realized what we did, and he's super excited about it. He has thanked me numerous times. Life has been crazy the last few days. Mark's sister is here with her family. My brother is here with his family. We've been all over the place, crazy. Summer in Alaska. It is still cold and rainy. It's not warm, but we've been making the most of our time visiting with family. Mark loves it. I'm happy the project is complete and we've got our tools and can find them when we need them. Thank you for spending some time with me here organizing the garage. I feel so good. The food storage is organized, the shelves are organized, we can find what we need. Thanks for spending time with me. We'll see you again real soon for more of This Alaska Life.